everyone. Today I'm going to be making some different canned goods. We are expecting some cold weather.
Can I be in the video?
In a minute. We are expecting some cold weather and I've been meaning to get this done, but haven't. So this is just the push I need to get that done. So we're making
snow out too.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have snow.
Here we are.
Yep. Alright, so first I've got a 25-pound bag of pinto beans, and I'm going to start soaking those. Today I am just trying to get everything prepped so that canning will work faster tomorrow, because we're running low on bone broth and I didn't want to use up what we had to make the soup. So I need to start a batch of bone broth, and while I was at it I figured I'd just go ahead and prep all the vegetables and beans and such. So I'm going to dump half of these into Yeah, was it cool?
Yeah. Do you want that restaurant to be in the camera?
Is it not?
No, like half of it.
It's okay. Would you get me a few gallons of water?
Sure. Why did Sim get to stay over there and I not?
Do you want to take some stuff to the... Can you put this in the slop bucket for me for the chickens?
Me?
Yep.
No.
That'd be very helpful. Alright, so I just dumped about half of the beans into each of these containers.
Why did you do some in here, some in here?
Because they don't all fit in one. Look at that.
Oh, that's a different kind of bean.
Yeah, it's a black bean or something.
Somebody put this.
It was an accident.
Bean.
Yep. Do you want some nice string to make something with? You can do some tatting.
Look, I'm going to show the camera something. I'm going to say, do the match or not. The video is saying, and I'm going to say, no, them don't match. Do the match or not.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the same size.
You're going to sit down.
Do the match or do
You gotta
the
get down
not?
lower because they can't see.
Do the not match or do the match? Or do the not and them don't look the size to me. And them don't look like it.
Yep, they're not the same size.
Yep, they're not like it each other.
I'm gonna add a few tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to both of these. You're not going to taste this because of all the spices and also just gets cooked out. But it helps to break down the beans. And then these will soak all night until I'm ready to use them tomorrow. I'll probably change out the water first thing in the morning. And then... yeah, I'll probably change out the water first thing in the morning, and then I will just not use the water that's in them whenever I go to can them. So the first thing I'm making is leek and potato soup. So we have 4 leeks here, and I'm going to cut these so I can wash them. Leeks get a lot of dirt up in them, so I like to quarter them. leaving the root at the bottom intact, because that way you can really get in there and get all the dirt out. Look, there's a maple seed. That is funny. That way you can really get in there and get between all of the leaves. So this recipe actually calls for 6 leeks. I only have 4. And I want to use them all, and I want to have more than a single recipe would make. So, because I'm doubling, that's why it calls for 6. Anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and make it and replace the 2 extra leeks with some more onion. A lot of people don't use the top darker green parts of the leek. They only just use from like here so down. We don't mind the top part of the leek. And this soup, we will either be eating it as is, or we will blend it. We might add some meat to it, like chicken. So I'm not really too worried about it, especially since we're canning it. The leeks are going to get pretty tender. And before I even can it, I'm going to be sauteing the leeks and the onions and the garlic all together in butter, which will also soften them. So I'm just going to use the whole thing, and so I'm just going to use this whole thing, and then I might not even have to substitute any onions since I'm using more of the leek than the recipe says to use. The recipe said just to use like this part of it minus the roots. So it was a bit noisy, so I went ahead and chopped 4 onions. And now I'm going to cut up 8 to 12 cloves of garlic, and I'm just going to mince that really fine. I wasn't going to cook the leeks and the onions before tomorrow, but I figured I may as well cook them and then mix in the rest of the ingredients so that tomorrow I just have to put it in jars and can it. I might even can it tonight since this is such a small canner load. Yeah, I might just go ahead and do that. I lost track of time and I didn't start the broth, so I need to get that started while this is sauteing. I've done a few different videos on making canned soup over the years, and I mostly just put it in other videos because I didn't think anyone would be very interested. And most of these are just, they're not official recipes. My mom's taught me a lot over the years on what you can and cannot can. So I'm just going off of that judgment. So like in this soup, I'm not going to can it with the milk in it. People do that. But I decided this time at least I'm not going to. So when this is done, we just need to add some, if we wanted, we could add some chicken or sausage, or we could keep it meatless, and then we would add some cream. And then we could leave it whole or we could blend it. Either way would be really good. And so I kind of like having a few options with these soups, especially if I'm making a large quantity. I'm not making a lot of soup for this batch, just because you don't have a lot of leeks. But in general, I like to keep it more open-ended.
That's much better. See how it's all. Yeah. Whoa! I was looking up when it happened.
Could we hook it like this and just leave it? Get it out later while we get more bones?
Yes. Yes. You know what happened to the lighter? Did you take it outside?
It's in Mom's cabin. Oh yes, he did.
Can you go get it, please?
Buried under wood. You're next to action for it. Did it just throw right behind the oven? Think back to the long.
Put him down. Mom and Dad don't like him like being on full shoulders.
Wait,
Don't
stop.
do that.
I'm just going to put that. It's boiled the candy I made. That's real good. Candy made. Candy made. It tastes like sugar. What is it? Maple candy. Maple? Maple candy. No, stop. We don't put snow in this candy. It's just maple. Just real sweet candy. It's not a baby.
You can turn it off.
Especially not for stuff like this. What? So I hardly use red, but especially not for stuff like this.
So while this cooks, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. And about the same of black pepper. Two teaspoons of thyme. This is ground thyme. And a teaspoon of cayenne pepper.
While you watched that clip, and I wanted to start with you today a project that I could probably start and finish in one day, just to get my hands sewing again after the busy Christmas and New Year. I had a lovely Christmas and New Year. I saw all of my family and my grandchildren.
First three didn't bother me at all. The fourth one, I started bawling. My eyes were burning, and I couldn't even finish cutting it. I had to go take away all the onion skins and stuff and take a break.
Yeah.
Do you know where the funnel is?
No, you could use a milk strainer.
Can you go get it?
I don't know where it is.
It's on the dish shelf.
I'll send it.
I love it. Oh no, your skin's peeling, huh?
Well, fun emojis. That'd be so fun.
Hey, that's a little high tom-tom.
Progress. I have the beans. You already saw me soaking them, but I thought I'd show you. They are very full. Azariah was impressed and he thought I added more beans. So I've got the beans soaked and ready. I have 7 quarts of leek and potato soup. I decided not to can it tonight because I really did not want to get into our canned broth just to fill these. So they'll be filled tomorrow and then canned. In here I have all of the ingredients except for the beans, for the ranch style beans. Got 6 more onions or so to put in there. Judah is helping. And then here I've been collecting all of the dry onion skins so I can use them for natural dyeing. It's kind of hard to do it when we're just using one onion here or there, but whenever I do a lot of them, I try to set aside the onion skins. So the ones that aren't as dry, we're just putting in a separate pile. I don't know if I need to do that, but I am. And that is it. That is where we're gonna end for tonight. Hopefully I'll have the rest of the onions cut, and then that'll be 2 things ready to be canned tomorrow.